on personal experience. And in differentiation, we have other disciplines. If you notice, other disciplines is the hardest source of inspiration to connect, because the connection between the creative task and other disciplines is longer. So that's why it's more difficult. But the most differentiated ideas come from this source of inspiration. So it's very, very important to have this as well. So now let's talk about winning ideas. This is the most important thing. Ideas that scored high on every criteria. Okay? Was 2 against 9. Team 1A and Team 2A didn't get any winning ideas at all. Once again, Team 2B was the winner. Then the college students, and then the creatives and the college students from Session A were tied with 2. So we can conclude that the 4 sources of inspiration increase the number of ideas by 300%. So imagine, this is a huge competitive advantage if you are in any creative field. If you receive a brief and you're in a pitch, imagine that you increase your chance of winning that pitch by 300%. It's a huge competitive advantage if you just take the time to look at the inspiration before producing the ideas. Also, without these 4 sources of inspiration, there is a 66% chance you end up with no winning ideas at all. So people from Team 1A and Team 2A, I mean, they just wasted their time, basically. Every source of inspiration produces at least 1 winning idea. So it's very important to have the 4 of them. So then I went a little bit further and I said, okay, this should be a framework that anyone can use. So I made some tips of how to use these 4 sources of inspiration. First, the creative task. You have to write down the creative task clearly. It should fit in 1 sentence. Okay? If this is wrong, nothing will work. You have to have a very clear creative task. Then you have to have a conversation with 3 different people. 3 is enough. If you have more time, it's okay. 6, 10, that's okay, but 3 is enough. You have to explore 3 creative solutions that are closely related to the creative task. This is very important. When you're exploring your industry, those creative solutions are like benchmark. They have to be closely related to the task. But 3 is enough. I also found out that if you show them a lot of examples of inspiration, you overload them. So that's not good either. So 12 is a good number. That's why other industries also 3 creative solutions, but it doesn't matter if they're related to a creative task or not. It doesn't matter. It can even be random if you want. And to store other disciplines, the easiest thing to do is to use magazines. You're not going to send them to study a discipline just for a creative process. Just use magazines of different disciplines and that's it. So, creativity is about connecting dots. Very important. Inspiration provides these dots. You have to follow the right sequence to connect these dots. This is very important. The right sequence is, first, you have to explore voices, then your industry, then other industries, and at the end, other disciplines. Why? If you start, for example, exploring other disciplines, the connection between the creative task and the inspiration you are borrowing is very long and it's very hard. Only few people can do this. The connection is shorter in other disciplines, but it's also quite far. And the first 2 sources are easier, because if you're exploring your industry, you already know a lot about it. And the one that is closest is the first source of inspiration. So everyone has experienced at least once the creative task they're working on. So you should start first with the voices, and then you move to your industry, then other industries, and after that other discipline. This way always the connection is short. This way always they can develop ideas. This is very, very important. Okay, so one last thought. If you work in a creative industry, ideas are your product, make sure to have the best raw material for these ideas. Use the 4 sources of inspiration. Thank you.